Hey, thank you so much for joining my little corner of the world over to you. Got a great new guest on here today. This is going to be really exciting. She is from Black Satellite. Let's get her right now. Her name is Larissa Vale. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, sorry for being late. I appreciate your patience.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it was funny because I have two Zoom accounts and I was in the other one. I was like, wait a minute, I'm the host. How am I joining my own thing here? So and Zoom constantly changes their formats and like they keep moving things around. It's just really bizarre. So
Yeah,
thanks
sorry,
for
I'm
that.
getting my tour bus inspected because we're leaving in like 10 days. So I was on the phone with the dealership and I was like, oh shit, I gotta get on the Zoom. So I pretty much just wrapped it up and like ran over here. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Life gets in the way. You got to
Yeah,
do all those things. So it's more than just getting up there and performing. You make it look easy,
I
but look
know. It's
look
like
at
a
all this.
logistical nightmare and I'm like tour managing. So
Do it all. Well, you
yeah.
gotta these days.
Mhm.
That's the bread and butter, definitely with
Yeah,
touring, I'm sure.
absolutely. And plus it's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. So this tour, I mean, in support of this wonderful new release you've got out, where are you starting and where are you going to throughout all this?
So we're starting in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. The first show is on the 10th, and then the last show is on the 1st. I believe it's in Cleveland, Ohio, or Columbus. It's Mushroom Head's hometown, I think.
Yeah, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. That's birthplace of rock and roll.
Let me
It's
check. I'm looking at the schedule.
got everything there. Cleveland, like
Yeah, it
I
ends in
remember,
Cleveland at
uh,
Agora Theater.
Agora.
Yeah.
The old Agora, Bruce Springsteen played there back in the day. I have an older sister who used to see him there
And
back at
our
the old.
Halloween show, it's in Columbus. That's going to be really fun.
Oh, you're gonna love that. I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's my
Nice.
third year in a row playing a show on Halloween.
Yeah, it's perfect for your whole
Yeah.
theme and everything and how you do it all. It's just really cool.
And
So,
this is the first year in 4 years where I get to spend Thanksgiving at home.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah,
Last
yeah.
year, I was in France for Thanksgiving, and no one even celebrates it there. And so all the Americans, we're just like, at catering, trying to make it feel like Thanksgiving. Like,
That's got to feel really weird, though. I guess you don't think about other countries like they don't even go near this, and they're like, "What
I
are
know.
you doing?" It's got to be really strange.
Yeah.
Wow, you've had quite a career so far. How did you get in with this band? How did that all start?
So Black Satellite is my baby. As soon as I graduated college, moved to New York City because I was like, I want to really give this a shot. I always live my life. I want to have
Someone was detected at your front door.
sorry, my Amazon.
The old Ring camera,
Yeah, I
Amazon.
know. It always does that at the worst time. But anyway, I moved to New York City and I knew I really wanted to give this a shot. I wanted to make sure I had no regrets in life. So I've always kind of lived that way. I mean, I want to look back and know that I really gave this the best shot and then I can just live with myself no matter what. So,
Yeah, that's it. You only go around this thing once, and you don't want to get to a point where it's like shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh, if I only did that. Only went to New
yeah.
York, and you did it. You pay your dues. Obviously, going to New York, what was that like? I mean, you get a closet for what, 3,000 a month?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it is. It's just so unaffordable. And the kids want to go there. I had a daughter. My daughter was in that New York area for a while and now is in the Midwest because of a job
Yeah.
her boyfriend has. But, did 3 years over there and 3 years in Boston and just really wanted to be there. But like then you learn the hard way. You get all your lessons very young when you're trying to afford things.
Oh my God. I mean, tell me about it. The first year I moved to New York, I had two jobs and worked 6 days a week.
Oh, you really worked it. Good for
Yeah.
you. You're paying those more than paying dues. It's beyond that. It's a sacrifice for
Yeah, it was
sure.
survival.
Yeah, it really is. And what you live on, living on the ramen noodles and just trying to
Oh
get
my God,
through it
I was
all.
living off the free food at the Japanese restaurant I worked at. I didn't even eat anything else. And they would sell these little bento boxes, and whatever wasn't sold that day, the employees got to take home. And so we'd fight over the sushi ones or whatever. And sometimes I'd get stuck with like tonkatsu or whatever, or like salmon. And I just lived off of that. Because
Oh my
I
gosh.
worked double shifts, so I'd have 17 hours a day at the restaurant, and in between shifts, they let people just sleep in the booths, um, I guess it's like Japanese style.
This is your sophomore release now. Aftermath is your new album that's out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Excellent. Now, what's it like, recording your albums? How does that all come together for you?
So, we just kind of hop in the studio with our producer, just start writing stuff, bring ideas to the table, and for me, vocally, all of the stuff really comes together. I hear the music, it'll kind of elicit a feeling in me, and then it'll start connecting to different memories, and then I'll know like pretty instantly what kind of experience that I want to write about. I like to write about personal experiences. And then I'll just start improvising vocals, and it's just a bunch of scat singing and sounds, and just sounds kind of goofy. But occasionally I'll have like words or sentences kind of pop out at me, and I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. And so it's like kind of playing connect the dots. And then before I know it, I'm looking back at these words and the melodies, and I'm like, this is so cool because it's kind of like peering into my subconscious. Why did I say this? And then yeah, once the song's written, I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't know I thought or felt that way. It's kind of interesting.
Do band members help out with your lyrics, or are you pretty much the sole songwriter?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's just the way that pieces together, the way you get your melodies. Does your producer helps out with like trying to figure out a hook?
We're really good at working with each other and bouncing ideas, and I'm just really lucky in that way because it's like we know he kind of knows exactly what I'm going for. I don't even have to explain, like sonically this or whatever. Like he already kind of knows my wheelhouse and the things that I like. And I just feel so comfortable. I don't care if I hop in the vocal booth and look like a total idiot or sound like a total idiot. We just have that comfortability with each other. And, it's so useful to just really be able to go in and express yourself and not being thinking about being self-conscious or anything like that.
Hmm. How do you figure out your vocal style? It seems a little bit kind of like, it's obviously on that edge. Who did you grow up and listening to, and who inspired you to get into that kind of edgy vocal? It sounds so powerful.
Thank you. It's funny because a lot of people ask me, like, what are your female vocal inspirations? And for one reason or another, I don't have any. I mean, not like for like, it's not like a particular reason. It's just like, just happened to be not the stuff I was listening to. Listened to like a lot of Marilyn Manson and Korn and Deftones and that kind of thing. Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. And it wasn't like a conscious decision of I want to sing like this. I want to sound like that. I want to sound like this person. It's just, you just get influenced by stuff, and then I just try to be vulnerable and authentic and just go in there and do my thing, and that's just kind of how it came out. But I'm always growing and evolving and discovering new voices and different things I can do and different things I can do with my range. So, I mean, it's not like I developed a sound and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm stuck here. Like, no, I mean, you can keep reinventing and trying different things. And I think that's the coolest thing about being an artist and a musician. Like that's the whole point. Explore, express.
Yeah. Is there a certain like warm up routine? Because it's so much different than your speaking voice. You wouldn't
Oh,
even know.
absolutely. Yeah, I do a 25-minute vocal warm up to go sing a 30-minute support set. So,
Yeah, it just sounds like that. Like
yeah,
you really are transforming your
Someone was
voice.
detected at your
It's
front door.
just completely.
I'm gonna
I
have to
think
unplug this thing. I'm gonna unplug it.
I know that's the way to do it.
Okay,
It's
I
like
unplugged it. I unplugged it.
that happens. So yeah, and putting together this album, how long does a project like this take to do something like Aftermath?
Roughly 2, 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it depends, but yeah.
All done live in takes, doing overdubs. How does the producer work with that in the
All of
mixer?
those, it depends on the song, depends on the situation, you know what I mean? But yeah, all of those.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Recording studio in New York that you go to?
So actually, we recorded the bulk of Aftermath in a house that we had transformed into a studio. So we had our engineer living with us for like 3 months. and we were writing and tracking the record. And then the three singles I did with Kane Churko out of the Hideout Studios in Vegas. So I was in Vegas for 3 weeks doing those songs with him. So those are all tracked in the studio. But then, yeah, for the drums for the record, we went to Blackbird in Nashville and I had Luke Holland actually track the drums for those.
Yeah, Nashville, again, so many people rave about it. What a supportive community it is. And you know the difference with New York to
Oh,
Nashville.
absolutely. Yeah.
The support is just amazing there. Just a great music community. You could just
Yeah, they're
feel
like, oh,
that.
wow, great. You're a musician. That's so cool. And in New York, they're like, oh, you're a musician. You must be starving to death. Like,
So true.
it is
It
true. I
is.
mean, they're not wrong. So,
There's so many artists, all over the place, actors, musicians. It's just everywhere, I'm sure, and on the West Coast as well. So it's got to be just amazing. So tapping into the track listing with Aftermath, you got some really interesting, obviously incredible heavy guitar riffs and stuff like that. Getting this band together, have you been with these guys for a long time now?
yeah, some of them have been with me a long time. We just went through another lineup change, so we have a new guitar player. But yeah, my bass player's been in the band like 4.5 years. My drummer's been in the band over like 2 years now. But yeah, we're a really tight-knit group. We love hanging out, and that's always a plus, having to live together on the bus. And I feel like our chemistry is like we're all best friends. Like, that translates to the stage, and it just really feels like we're going to war together. And I'm sure that can come across. I mean, we just love the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that's what it takes, that chemistry, and you
Yeah.
could feel that up on the stage as well. So some standout tracks here. Hurt is a very interesting standout. Do you have any serious origins with a track like that?
Okay, wait, I'm trying to think of the words now. I haven't listened to it for a really long time.
Now,
Um,
when you go on stage, do you need a prompter or something to remind you of the words? Is that written
no, no,
out?
I'm just like okay, so I'm just saying if you're asking about like what the
Yeah,
concept or the theme or whatever. Okay, well I have to think actually because now I have to go back and think
yeah.
of what the words
Well,
are.
even as many compositions as you have. I mean, it's just like, what, did I do that one? It's just like, when you build up
Yeah.
a catalog, I'm sure. I mean, these people who have hundreds, maybe thousands of songs, I'm sure it's interesting how they, have to, dig up lyrics and something that they actually put together. I'm sure that's got to be
You know,
interesting.
it is interesting. There's a lot of songs that I'll jam occasionally, and we don't like play that one live. We have before, but we don't play that one live. Um, so that's why I have to like go back and be like, oh my God,
Yeah, a
what is
rarity.
that song? But
Yeah, I'm sure but one flows to the next, and it seems like this is, you got a lot of personal, inspirations and lyrics throughout this entire album.
mhm.
It feels like, you could really dig into your life and express yourself through a lot of these songs.
I think it's important to, like I said, just be vulnerable, and that's kind of what adds to the relatability factor. Because I mean, I'm not unique at all. There's a million people that are going through the same things, like literally millions. And it helps people put a finger on, what exactly they're feeling. Sometimes you're like, why am I angry? Why am I sad? This or that. Or maybe is anyone else feeling the way I'm feeling, and you throw on a song and, the words can fit their own situation, the way they fit my situation, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
For
Um,
sure.
and so everyone has their own interpretation, and that's like the coolest part about music is that, at the end of the day, it just becomes so much larger. Like I write these songs like alone in a bedroom, and then, they're not just my songs anymore when you put them out there. They're like everyone's songs, and they form attachments to it and memories, like they'll think back like, oh, when they hear the song that reminds me of last summer or, whatever, that kind of thing. And yeah, these are things that I never really thought about until I wrote, the couple records in, and then you talk to the fans and you meet everybody, and you're like, wow, how cool.
Yeah, it's about making connections. I think people just feel like, I could relate to this.
Yeah,
And when you're up there on that stage, it's like you're just having a great time. You're just working out all whatever it is, happiness, sadness, anger, all of that can just like I'm sure that's very cathartic
absolutely.
to perform.
Yeah. for
And
sure.
then, I'm sure you feel 10 feet tall once you do a show, and then probably a lot to come down off of that once the show's over.
Well, I'm literally 6 feet tall in my boots, so 10 feet tall is not much of a
Not too
stretch.
much more. Go up to 12. It's doubling you. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, but coming down off of that and then, oh yeah, back to life again. I'm sure that's, you got this euphoric feeling once you've done a show, I'm sure.
Yeah, so after tour, it's like kind of a common thing. It's like a lot of people call it like the off-tour blues because you're so used to a certain routine. You're used to being around a large group of people that hopefully you love, like I do. Um, and then, you're not used to having any privacy, and that's, a good thing or a bad thing, whatever. But it's been your routine for months. And then you get home and you're like, wait, where is everybody? And it's so quiet because you don't hear the bus generator, or like nobody's sound checking. And you're like, God, I hear my ears ringing. There's just the absence of noise, which I've been experiencing for months. And it kind of puts you in this mind fog that like actually doesn't wear off for like 3, 4 days. Um, and I've talked about this with my band members. It's just the absence of the bus generator.
Sure.
Because think about it. When you're not on the bus, you're in the venue. When you're not in the venue, you're on the bus. And then you just hear that constant hum like all the time. And then you're driving, and then it's just there and it doesn't go away for months and months and months. And then your brain is like, what the hell is going on when it's finally gone? And then you don't have the excitement and the adrenaline from the shows and the fans, and your nervous system is like all screwed up, and then you're like, God, what the hell do I do with myself now, so it's an adjustment period. I think it takes like a week for me to be like, okay, I can come back and reintegrate with normal life again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotta be. It's such an adjustment. Where does the name Black Satellite come from?
I wish I had like a really cool story, but I actually just thought of it when I was 15 and I thought it sounded
Stick
cool.
with it. Yeah, it sounds good.
Good. Yeah. I'm
It's
glad.
Yeah, it does. It's got that edgy just feel to it. No particular meaning. Some people are like always trying to find meaning in everything and pick apart your lyrics or whatever.
Yeah.
Any inspiration with the title Aftermath? Is that come from
Yeah.
anything?
So that was the first time where I'd thought of the title of the album before we'd even started writing it. I was just sitting in my apartment looking out the window and then I just saw like Aftermath and I was like, that's like a really cool concept for a record. And then the whole process of writing a record was kind of discovering what Aftermath meant to me and like why did that randomly pop in my head, and I just kind of took it as a sign and ran with it. And then, song after song, you're kind of peeling back the layers. And then I'm like, wow, this actually has like so much context for me. What an interesting way to write a record. Like it's like totally backwards. Normally you just write the record and you're like, okay, well, let's just pick the song title that sounds the coolest to name the record after it, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, this was like totally different, a little bit deeper than that for me. So yeah, it was an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. What a killer song, Kill for You. And how many people can
Thank you. I
relate to
love
something
it.
like that? You just go,
Yeah.
I'll do anything. Yeah, you're really getting that out there for sure. And a video too. And so you're a visual performance artist as well. So video is very important as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's definitely one of my favorites on the record.
Yeah, and important to get out there. You're on YouTube everywhere, I'm
Yeah.
sure. You're on all the socials and Spotify. I'm sure you're doing very well there as well.
Yeah, and I will say that we have VIP upgrades for our upcoming tour. You can find everything on blacksatellite.com as well as the ticket links to the shows. We also have our official merch store there, and there are physical copies of the new record Aftermath on CD and vinyl, and you can get those autographed as well. So,
Oh, how cool vinyl. Yeah, so few are
yeah.
doing that. And opening up for Marilyn Manson, I'm sure that must be an exciting experience.
Oh my God, that was such a dream for me. I mean, that was just the coolest thing. So it was like really full circle because obviously he's a big inspiration. And my first tour ever was with John 5, and I thought that was really cool. And then 4 years later, after all of that hard work to like have it pay off, and I'm like, now I'm on tour with Marilyn Manson. I'm like, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Like, It was just seriously the best experience for me.
And you have the connection with your producer. Is it Ben Gross who's worked with
Yeah,
Marilyn Manson?
yeah,
Yeah. So you have that connection as well and
hmm
inspiration. And it's so cool.
yeah.
Marilyn Manson. Well, yeah. Well, good for you. Yeah, and it's just going from here and you're gonna just tour like crazy. I'm sure you're packing the places like the Agora up there in
hmm
Cleveland. It's just I'm sure it's just amazing to say.
Yeah, it's go time. I mean, we're starting rehearsals in a couple days, and then that's it. We're off.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And where can we get Aftermath and your debut album is as well, Endless?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Endless is also available on our website, CD and vinyl.
Oh, so cool. Excellent. Well, best wishes to you and hopefully you're getting your packages there through Amazon
Oh my
and
God.
everything.
Thanks.
Amazing modern technology, but it
I
goes
know.
crazy, doesn't it?
So annoying. Just take me back to analog.
Yeah, really. So
Yeah.
much easier. Oh gosh. Well, enjoy this tour. Definitely stay safe out there on the
Thank
road
you.
as
Thank you so much.
well. Yeah, great speaking with you. Thanks
You
for
too.
stopping in.
Have a good one. Thanks for
Take
having
care.
me.